What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea and welcome to your match preview of Monday Night Football. Chelsea versus West Ham. And hello, it's good to see you again. To be back for my first full game. Since university is nearly done, I can actually focus and do work, which isn't actual uni work, which is quite nice. But, you know, other than that, obviously, I'm joined by my faithful, my liege, my Watson, my Lancelot, my,
I'll take that.
John C. Riley to Will Ferrell.
I'll take that, he's funny as fuck.
Obviously, Scott. Hello, welcome, all that good stuff. Obviously, is it an 8 o'clock kickoff?
I think so.
Wow. Jesus.
That's what I've heard.
This is what you heard? Is it what's it say on the press conference? I can't know this.
It didn't say it in the press conference.
No, but it says it in the preview.
Shut up.
This is a good start. Brilliant.
8 o'clock kickoff.
I knew it, right? 8 o'clock kickoff against West Ham at Stamford Bridge tonight, as this is what it's being recorded on Sunday, but you're watching this on Monday. So, excuse me. Yeah, welcome. And we'll get straight into it, obviously, looking at the games which I've missed. So we'll talk about
Cardiff
basically the
and
build-up.
Brighton.
Cardiff, well, I was there for Brighton, but I was there, but I wasn't there. Like, I was falling asleep.
I don't blame you. I probably would have done as well.
The 48 hours awake probably wasn't the wisest move.
No, it's no, isn't it? That's never a wise move.
No, but it had to be done. Things to do for Chelsea Football Club. I missed the dissertation party. How sad is that?
Very
They all went and had a house party and forgot to tell me where it was. Oh, I say forgot. But oh well, doesn't matter. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. But, I mean, yeah, Brighton. Let's talk a bit about that. Good start, slow start, but we got across the line in the end.
I mean, in the first 10 minutes, we were quick out the blocks. I was waiting a fucking second. What was in here? I thought, what's happened? I know we were poor against Cardiff, but I wasn't expecting this. But first 10 minutes was really good, and then up until the goal was really slow. It was kind of what we're used to seeing.
Left, right, left,
yeah,
right, but no gun leaning.
No,
but just right. Can I say?
in the Chelsea F.C. playing football.
But gun leaning right.
Why are we getting right? Where are you going?
I'm talking about this gun leaning. It's just a fucking second-rate version of that. It was like, oh yeah, I'm so cool. Like left, right. Oh my god, it's so amazing. Oh, it's so new, that dance. It's really not. It's literally just that. It's nothing special.
I don't do it, so I don't give a fuck.
You don't dance?
No, I don't do a gun lean, because why would I?
Good point. I mean, I don't do gun leans. I just
Cool, mate.
find me on a cheese floor, mate. Bohemian Rhapsody's my go-to karaoke song. Hit the high notes and the low notes. Galileo.
It's brilliant.
Galileo Figaro.
There's a warning for headphone users.
No, but we'll talk about game.
But apart from that, I think the first half was kind of for the most part, it was what we used to see. And apart from, like, we controlled the ball well in terms of having a lot of possession, but I think we're used to that. And I think apart from that, the goal was good. I think the assist was very good from Hudson-Odoi. Yeah. And then Giroud doing what Giroud does best. We saw that in the Malmo game as well. He's doing what he does best. And but then the second half was so much better. It was so... We actually came to our own, and the 2 goals. Oh boy!
Postage stamp, absolutely unreal.
Hazard sent Dunk to the cleaners. He might have ended his career.
He put Dunk in a taxi and Shane Duffy in an Uber. He put the pair of them on their arse. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was funny as fuck.
That got me out of my seat.
And then Loftus Ruben had to go and one better. It was Hazard's goal. I saw go in. I was like, as soon as he hit something, that's going in. Ruben's was like, I don't know, it was a floater, so it was like you just watched it. It was like
slow-mo, wasn't it? It was way he literally just pushed it out. He just went that. He went bang. That's it. He just one touch and then flicked it. Oh, mate. I think we'll get on to start 11, but I think he's definitely got to be spoken about in terms of that. But obviously now going into the game, obviously if you haven't already, we did a opposition preview with Danny from West Ham Fan TV, and we also did a combined 11. And I haven't read the comments on those yet, so do you want to get those up quickly?
Can do.
Because the combined 11 comments were something which I was very intrigued by. Basically because I think people were worried that we're too busy trying to shoehorn players in.
Nope, that's the wrong video.
Yeah, nice, good job, mate.
Thank you. I do try. That's
just saying.
Also, that was a brilliant thumbnail.
I like that thumbnail. It looks like the thumbnail for World in Motion. You got to hold and give, but do it at the right time.
So someone's basically put the entire... It's literally just the entire Chelsea team and then put honourable mentions Anderson and Rice. Fair play. Someone's talking about Jorginho. I don't care. Someone's put, how the fuck have you dropped Loftus-Cheek for Lanzini? To be fair, I'd have put Lanzini in that as well, only because for me Loftus-Cheek's not a can.
We know exactly. We were playing with the number 10, and I think
if we're doing it just on ability, I think Lanzini's slightly better in terms of playing in that number 10 role.
Yeah,
if that's the way they're playing.
Well, that's the way you got to look at the team was playing. That was it.
Also, the one person I would have put in as well was I would have put Diop in, because if we're just in terms of ability, that's the thing. If we're talking just in terms of ability,
over who?
Over who did you put in? Rudiger and
Louise
instead of Louise. Put Rudiger and Diop. Mate, no one's.
But who's going to pass out from the back?
Don't play pass out from the back football. You hoof it long and hope that.
Yes, that's my style of football. We're going to play 4-4-2. We're going to hoof it out the pitch. I don't care. That's so. Yeah. Ironically, I know some people are going to take me seriously and think that that's how I like to play football. Sometimes it's the way you have to play. You can't always just do tippy tappy bollocks.
Yeah. But apart from that, like most of them, the most common ones are like Loftus-Cheek for Lanzini and Diop for. As a centre back.
Okay. I mean, why would you? So, I mean, you're saying purely ability. Why? Because I mean, if you look at it, Louise has gone to Champions League finals and won them. He's gone to World Cup semi-finals. He's gone and won multiple trophies. On his day, he is probably one of the best defenders in the league. He's a shithouse, and we need some of that.
Because if we're talking about World Cup finals, last time he played in the World Cup was 5 years ago. I don't think he played in the 2018 one, did he?
I don't think so, no.
And the last game he played in the World Cup, he got battered 7-1.
Yeah. It was yeah, it was a stretch,
also,
but I was putting it in
kind
there.
of with that point, he's now 30-something. Like, all these stuff happened years ago. Like,
but why Diop? What's he done?
Because of potential. Because at the minute, he, as people are saying, like in terms of, he's not had the best of seasons, but not going to lie, he's playing with Balbuena, who is a decent centre-back. I'm not going to say he's like brilliant, but he's a decent centre-back. Or he's playing with Ogbonna, who
just a reject, is
a lost cause. Or he's playing with Winston Reid, who is the Australian version of Jack Wilshere.
Well, that's actually a bit racist.
New Zealand
he's from New
Zealand.
Racist, xenophobia at its finest. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, and also, as I made the point in the video, PSG wanted him 6 months after he went to West Ham.
I'm still putting Luis in. It's just because of his pedigree. I mean, to be fair, I was arguing this point about Higuain, and we'll get on.
I was going to say,
see my tweet.
To be fair, that's the thing. If we're talking about ability, there is a case, and before people get on my back about this, because I know people will, I'm talking just ability's sake, just ability. There is a case to be made for all three strikers in terms of Arnautovic, Giroud, and Higuain. I
thought we were going to go Andy Carroll. I was like, oh no.
Andy Carroll's never going near that.
No, I think Giroud is an honourable mention. I think Arnautovic is the most all-round.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But just in terms of ability, I think there is a case to be made for all three main strikers. Even Hernandez for like as a even as a dark horse sort of for that position in terms of there is a case to be made.
Again, Chicharito has the pedigree. You've seen what he's done. We've all seen what he's did at Man United. No, he was an absolutely amazing centre forward.
I just remember that 3-2 loss when we were 2-1 up, 2 red cards, and then Chicharito scored.
That was when Mikel called Clattenburg a racist. Do you remember that? That was that was how long ago was that? That was the last time before this season that Man United beat us. That was Di Matteo's last season. It was 2012, November 2012. Because I remember I had been to the gym the night we hired Rafa Benitez, and me and my dad had stopped off to get dinner. And we sat in the car for about 20 minutes waiting for them to announce who the Chelsea manager was going to be. And it was Rafa Benitez. And Mario was not best pleased.
I'm not surprised. To be fair, I don't think he was that bad in the point, but I can understand why people were pissed.
No. I think, it was, it was one of those. But I mean, to be honest, I think for me, Arnautovic is the best all-round centre forward. He's the person I wouldn't have minded in January when we were linked with him. Obviously, for me at the minute, we keep going there. But if he was in China, it would be Giroud. I think the Higuain thing I do want to talk about because
that's one of the points Sarri made in his press conference. He did talk about Higuain a little bit.
Okay, we'll get on to the press conference, but so we'll talk about that. And I might be able to mix in what I was saying there because if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see that I did a thread on Giroud, Higuain versus Piatek.
You mean Piontek?
Is it Piontek?
It is Piontek.
But there's no N.
No, there is an accent on the A which makes it.
Is that where he does the gun thing?
You're so fucking sad. You're actually so fucking sad. But yeah, it's Piontek.
Alright, Piontek. What's his first name? You're Polish.
Yeah, like an A. I can't speak any Polish and I cannot pronounce his first name. It's like Christoph or something.
It's like, okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, whatever it is. I mean, look. What's Sarri said in his press conference? Let's get into that.
Well, do you want to touch on the Higuain stuff first, or do you want to just talk about it all?
Just go through it all. What's he said?
The first bit is on Loftus-Cheek's development. He said that Ruben has improved a lot, especially tactically. At the beginning of the season, he was a very offensive midfielder, but now he's a very good tactical midfielder. He is now complete, I think. I think it's a fair point.
It is, but it's just really wishy-washy bollocks. There's no substance to what he's saying.
Then he talked about playing at Stamford Bridge, saying he likes it very much. The atmosphere is very good, and the people are very close to the pitch. He likes it. And with
the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge was good.
Yes. And he was happy with the atmosphere in the last game, in the last match, and they helped the players for 90 minutes. Fair play, I think that was true.
The fact that was barely anyone there at Brighton.
Well, that's very true, to be fair. Race for the top four, he said we have to fight until the last minute of the last match, but without looking at the other results, which I think is a fair point. Like, you can't... I know we as fans will. I think as players, you need to focus one game at a time.
The biggest thing I'm seeing here is there is nothing of substance which any other manager wouldn't say.
To be fair, at this point though, like at the minute, I don't think he can say anything. Like,
well, he can. If speaking of the results thing, for example, he said he needs to be honest. Things that we need to fight, we need to this, we need to that. Yeah, every manager's fighting. You need to be honest. I'd be honest and say we are a dark horse. We are an outsider, so we need to work even harder. I mean, call it as bad as you want. I mean, when Antonio Conte said, sometimes you need to just soak it up and, you need to really go for it. He was honest. Sorry, he seems like an honest bloke. I'm not saying he's not. But I don't really pay much heed to his press conferences anymore because it's all wishy-washy bollocks, all just a load of rubbish. Hudson-Odoi, I only watched him for 20 minutes, but it was shit for England. Are you joking me?
That pissed me off. Watch it. I would advise, if you can find on YouTube, go and watch Jamie Carragher's comments about that before the Tottenham-Liverpool game.
Did Jamie Carragher also do a VR thing for Mo Salah's offside against Southampton? See, but for Willian, he gets it all out to try and prove a point.
To be fair, he did it in our favour, but it was stupid.
Care.
It was fucking stupid.
Sometimes when you're playing offside.
Did you see the tweet, by the way? Sorry to interrupt you. It was,
I was doing a pretty smart impersonation there.
It was we're living in 2019, Carragher's living in 2049.
Can you imagine?
If that's how it's going to be in like 30 years.
Just sitting there and listen to Gary Neville. Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher just going to be Graham Souness.
Imagine Chris Sutton trying to use one of those. He'd be fucking lucky. He'd be like one of those old people who don't have to use technology. Oh, fucking technology. Fucking brilliant. Even Graham Souness as well.
I've just got this. Graham Souness will be in a wheelchair, dribbling on his shoulder.
Paul Pogba, he doesn't play anymore, Graham.
Pogba! He left the Premier League a while ago.
No. I'm just going to see an image of Chris Sutton now with the VR goggles, walking in and out of shot, going. He's just walking. He's going left to right. Chris, sit down. Where's my seat?
Oh Jesus!
Chris, I just want to talk about football. I'd love to see Jermaine Genius use it. Jermaine, what do you think of this game?
Fuck it up.
Yeah, so you do a VR thing. Oh, but Spurs deserve to win that one. What are you doing, Jermaine? Are you playing solitaire? Yeah.
He'd try and show off and he'd have the wrong match. He'd have a match from like 2 weeks ago, just on the screen, and they're like, hang on a second, Jermaine, it's not the right match. He'd have picked the Tottenham match from about 2-3 weeks ago, just on the screen.
Yeah, but Spurs deserve to win that.
Yeah, they probably did, but it's the wrong match.
Yeah, but Spurs deserve to win. Yeah, but Jermaine, it's the wrong match, mate.
Oh Jesus.
At that point, Ethan Ampadu is just going to be sitting there with massive dreads and a big beard. Do you know what? I think Ethan Ampadu is going to be the new Levi Roots.
Why?
I don't know. It's the dreadlocks, I think. I could see him opening a restaurant.
I mean, he's got to finish his playing career first. He's still got 20 years at
least
for that.
David Luiz and Willian have opened up their own restaurants.
And they're about 34 years old.
Well, they're not. They're about 30, to be honest,
mate. But they played out, they're about 34 years old. Especially the latter.
Okay, that's true. But Ethan Ampadu, I just think Ethan Ampadu's going to be really cool. Like,
he probably
I can see him... Oh, he probably is.
I prefer him to play football first and focus on that for 20 years and then do whatever you want afterwards.
But he's definitely going to open a restaurant or a bar or a club. So. Like, he's going to be like a really cool granddad. Sorry, I'm drawing.
This went off.
He's my man.
Massively.
He's my man crush. Sorry, I can't get over that. Right, moving on swiftly. What's he said?
And then the last bit was on Higuain. He says he has to improve physically and mentally, but I think it will be very important in the last part of the season.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty obvious considering he's only scored 2 goals, really, 3. Sorry, massive difference.
Makes all the difference. Trust me, if you're Harry Kane, it makes all the difference. It is not easy when you play the first months in the Premier League, so he needs time to improve his condition and to be suitable for the league. It is tough for a striker to play immediately well in the Premier League. Wasn't
he saying the reason we should have signed him was because he understood the system would fit in straight away in January?
Possibly, I can't remember that far.
That is the reason he said.
I genuinely
again, Maurizio Sarri contradicting himself. Oh, but Louis, you clearly sorry out. No, I'm just saying he's contradicting himself and it doesn't help his case. He does my nuts in when he does that. I just hate people who are just... You can tell they're press trained. Just say something which is press trained, but it doesn't sound like it and it motivates people. Sorry, it really pisses me off.
I wouldn't have guessed.
No, but I mean, the Higuain thing, I think this is where I want to talk about tech.
I realise I haven't told you that now.
I think if I could get the tweets up without ruining the... I think I can.
Hang on.
Let's give it a go. Yeah, go on. See if you can get it up. See, my laptop died just about as we were out shooting, and it is currently 10 o'clock at night, and I want to go to bed.
And I want to get shagged, so I'm going to go the fuck up.
Really?
Yep.
You're saying that on camera?
Yep.
What if she watches it?
She won't.
She won't.
And then if she does, then cool.
Sound. Okay, that's going to backfire, but okay.
Probably.
Right, give me the thread?
Oh, fucking... Oh, hang on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long thread. So...
Oh, there we go. It's the start.
Okay, so when I said that we could have signed Piontek in January instead of Higuain, I thought Higuain was a decent option. But we'll get onto those stats later. People were going, he's only been here for 6 months. You can't talk about Piontek just yet. And then 3 months later, he bangs against Juventus, scored more goals than Ronaldo in the Serie A from open play, and people are like literally jizzing themselves over him. So I want to make this point because I was insane when we could have signed him for 30-odd million. So this is the context of my thinking in January. Right, he's 23 years old, not 2 goals left, right, and centre, and it's in one of the best leagues in the world, despite it being the Serie A.
It's in the top 5 European leagues in the world. So.
He had a valuation of 30-odd million quid. I think it was back to
32. I think he went to...
Yeah, exactly.
Milan for.
It's a snip and it's minimal risk in the current market. That's about, the 10, 15 million of a decade ago?
I'm just trying to think who else went.
So he's young, although he's not proven, there's room for development. And as a player, however, even if he failed, we could still turn a profit because of his age.
Yeah.
Shine presence was a striker with the aerial ability and prowess with his feet. There were rumblings of a transfer ban in late January when the Higuain deal was being closed, so surely it was logical to sign a younger player. They must have known about this months ago.
Probably not. It's Chelsea Football Club.
Age. That's a big thing, but age is a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember we were talking about when Willian, Pedro, and Higuain were the front three, or Giroud, it was an average age of 96 or something like that.
Fuck me, sorry.
So it's Piontek would have made a big difference. I think obviously he could have developed. But yeah, at the time Higuain was out of form, so surely logic would have dictated that you go for a player that was firing on all cylinders.
I thought he was just coming in form.
No, he was in form, and the fact remains, Milan got rid of Higuain not only because we wanted him, but because he was doing shit.
And his wages were fucking huge.
Exactly. Cases against Piontek, risky signing a young player for 30+ million, especially without a proven track record. Despite, obviously, like we've already said, it would be like the 10 to 20 million bracket with fluctuation in the market. And Higuain's obviously previously worked with Sarri, meaning that he has a track record. Chelsea's history with risk, which is a big one, which I don't think a lot of people talk about, is it's no secret that we've had trouble with strikers in recent windows who have risk attached. Shevchenko, Torres, Pato, Falcao.
The Falcao one was stupid.
Who else? There's definitely other ones.
Have you put Eto'o on there?
I didn't put Eto'o in there, but I think Eto'o's definitely worth a shout.
Yeah, because at the time he was so old, like his career was waning. Yeah. There's more that I'm thinking of. Morata to a certain extent.
Yeah. But now if you were to break it down, right? People could talk about Higuain and say he could hit the ground running or whatever. At the time, I thought Higuain was a decent deal, but
I still think it's a decent deal in terms of like The only way I will not say it's a decent deal is if we sign him permanently come the summer, which as of now we can still do, even with the transfer ban, because we put that deal in place when we did the original deal. That will still go ahead, I believe. But that will be the only way this deal doesn't work. Even if we loan him for another year, I'll still think it's an all right deal because a loan's a loan. We're under no obligation to sign him.
Yeah, but I'd rather just use the options that we have. I'd rather use Tammy Abraham, Michy Batshuayi.
I'd rather
and have Giroud as a third option because as players they can develop together.
I'd like that as well, but the thing is that Batshuayi number one is not playing. He's never going to play for Chelsea Football Club again unless we sack Sarri. Tammy Abraham could, but then there you go. Those are your three strikers.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is I said, look, the way I've looked at it is Chelsea currently finding themselves looking at a transfer ban. We've got no options, but that are proven track record, which is what Chelsea's mould is. We don't have that. We'd have to part, and if we wanted to get someone like Piontek, which we could have done, and we were linked with in January, we'd have to part with double what Milan paid for him. Like,
That's the one. That's not the transfer that annoys me. I know we're never linked with him, but the one that annoys me the most, bearing in mind it's been done recently, how cheap it was and how amazing he's been, as you will have seen from yesterday when you're watching this, and you know what I'm probably going to say.
Raul Jimenez.
Yes, he's the best striker outside the top. He's the best striker outside the top six. Statistically, he's the best striker outside the top six.
Is he?
He's got more goals this year than Firmino, than Richarlison, than Lukaku, than this was like a few weeks ago, but I saw a stat, and he out of all the strikers in the Premier League, out and out strikers, he's got the most goals and assists combined. And he went for 30 million to Wolves. 30 million, and he's scoring goals like it's fun. And his link-up play is good as we've seen with Jota. His hold-up play is good as we've seen with Wolves. When they came,
goal he scored in the semi-finals.
Yeah,
mad.
Even when they played against us, the link-up play there, they sat back a lot in the game, but they caught some of the counter-attack, and then he scored that goal. He's got everything that we need in a player in terms of he's big, as I said, link-up play, getting in the box, good in the air, good control, hold the ball up.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was. I think he would have been a good option for us. I do like him a lot. But I mean, before we move on to the actual match preview, is there anything you want to add? Because obviously we're running out of time.
Not that I can think of.
So cool. All right then. Well, I mean, obviously leave your thoughts down in the comment section below on Piontek, on what you think about Higuain as well. If the transfer ban is not in place, who would you like to see us bring in? For me, one man linked with us for 43 million, because I want to get rid of him. Mario Cardi. He may be a bastard, but we need a bastard. Most likely, though, he will go to Real Madrid. But, I still think that's a realistic signing, because 43 million...
Depends if they sell Benzema.
Well, I think they probably will sell Benzema. But anyway, listen, guys, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, and then we are going to crack on with the match preview. See you shortly. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea. If you're watching the long-form content, welcome to part 2. If you are watching the preview, hi. Nice to see you. Obviously, I'm back. Scott, if you don't know him already, I mean, you probably should do by now. He's basically, Scott. But we'll move swiftly on into the preview. Chelsea versus West Ham, 8 p.m. kickoff at Stamford Bridge. 0-0 on the last time we played West Ham.
I'm really glad I didn't go to that.
Probably one of the most frustrating games I've been to in a while. I'm not looking forward to this one.
I'm not too bad about it. The only thing that I'm confused about, I was thinking about this the other day and earlier and whatnot, was our rotation has been all the wrong way around. So we should have, if you look at our fixtures coming up, we should have played our full strength team against Cardiff, rotated against Brighton, then we'd be playing our full strength team today when this goes out, then be changing it against Slavia Prague, let's just put that out there, not Sparta Prague, Chelsea Football Club, as you put on your fucking website for tickets. Do you know how bad that is, by the way, getting those two mixed up?
I mean, Sparta has the best club one in...
No, as in, I'm pretty sure in terms of the hatred between the two clubs, that's like getting... I don't think that's like getting Celtic and Rangers getting mixed up. In terms of if you were to call a Sparta Prague fan a slot. But yeah, then we'd have our full strength team for Liverpool. But now as it stands, we're going to be rotating for this game, then rotating again for Prague, and then... fuck knows. It's all backwards. But yeah, I'm expecting some rotation in this game. I
mean, that's the negative thing for me. But we'll talk about the 11 shortly. But I mean, in terms of the form against West Ham. Do you want to pop it up quickly?
Yeah.
I mean...
Are you talking about West Ham's form or our form against West Ham?
I mean, West Ham's form, I think it kind of goes in our favour.
It's bad.
They've lost their last 2 games, haven't they? So...
They have... No. They've lost... It's like that. So, in the last 8 games... Hang on. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, in the last 8 games, we'll go 9. In the last 9 games, they lost to Wolves, drew with Liverpool, drew with Palace, beat Fulham, lost to City, beat Newcastle, lost to Cardiff, beat Huddersfield, lost to Everton.
So that means they're on a hot one and might beat us. Brilliant! Yay!
They're on a flip-flop.
I mean, I am scared about this. Is the first time in a while I've been scared of the prospect of facing West Ham.
Their away form for the most part seems poor. I mean, they haven't won an away game. When was the last time they won an away game? Was Southampton in December.
Okay, I mean, I know that goes in our favour, but if you look at the team which West Ham could have, and by the sound of things, it's pretty much full strength.
Almost full strength.
Almost full. Fabianski in goal. Okay.
Yeah,
Masuaku or Cresswell.
That doesn't scare me at all.
Doesn't scare me. Diop and Balbuena or Ogbonna.
It'll probably be Diop and Balbuena, which for the most part, depending on who we have up front, doesn't scare me. They'll be physical, but meh.
Well, Higuain won't like that.
I play Giroud then.
Yeah, I play Giroud in this game. I play Giroud in every single Premier League game. I'd start him without fail. But I think if you go there right back, it's probably Zabaleta, isn't it? Because I think
it's either Zabaleta or Fredericks, but
Fredericks is injured.
Oh, Zabaleta then.
Okay.
Ooh, yay.
Okay, so that, I mean, Hazard versus Zabaleta 5 years ago, I'd have gone, oh, okay, that's a
even
tough
for the
test.
most part, should we play, as it'll probably likely, Pedro or Willian, that's a battle. If they play Masuaku, I'm actually quite looking forward to. If they play Masuaku. Because Masuaku, he's like Alonso, but a little bit better in terms of going forward. Like, he can't defend, he's a wing-back, not a full-back.
Yeah. I mean, that's true, but I mean, if you go into midfield, I think they play 4-3, they'll play match us, won't they?
Probably. Either that or 4-2-3-1. Depends if Lanzini plays on.
Well, if Lanzini...
I imagine they'll play 4-2-3-1, to be honest.
Rice
and Noble. Which
that's scary.
That doesn't scare me.
But Declan Rice...
fair enough, but Noble doesn't.
Well, no, the thing about Noble is he loves a London derby, one, and secondly, he's just a shithouse. What are they going to... Literally, Pellegrino go, come on, Jorginho, and he'll do it.
Probably.
And Mark Noble will beat Jorginho in terms of just the standard battle.
Oh, yeah, no, but Mark Noble is always capable of that snap like we see with Louise, so I can fully see him getting sent off.
Nah, I don't think he will.
I'm not saying he definitely will, but I can see it happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got that. I mean, but then it's the front four that really scare me.
Yeah. Hernandez versus... Well, probably Dave scares me.
Hernandez?
But Arnautovic... I meant to say Anderson, not Hernandez.
Even Hernandez.
Oh, Hernandez...
Hernandez will score.
Yeah, Hernandez for the most part does worry me. Whoever they play on the right doesn't. Unless A, we play Alonso, or B, they play... Actually, no, Snodgrass, not really.
Snodgrass is a very underrated player. That's the one thing when people...
But I'm thinking in terms of pace, because if their aim is to whip balls in the box, I think that it will be a very even battle.
Why?
Because in terms of height, like they've got their 2 centre-backs, fair enough, and possibly Arnautovic. Apart from that, not really anyone else. And Arnautovic isn't in the best form. Hernandez maybe, but again, not...
Right. Yeah.
But we'll have exactly the same in terms of David Luiz and Rudiger. We'll have Giroud if he's playing, he's decent in the air. Higuain's all right in the air.
The Premier League, this is the thing, he's all right.
Kante's jump's actually good.
Yeah, Kante's proper, he can do that. But I think
and if we play Loftus-Cheek, I don't know if we will or not, but if we play him, then his leap is good.
The team that played against Brighton needs to start against West Ham. Every single game in the Premier League,
apart from one player.
I mean, okay, I think every single Loftus-Cheek, I don't think might not start.
Oh no, he wasn't the one I was thinking of.
But I think for me, it's kind of a case of every single player in the run-in for the Premier League that was in that team needs to start. It's like when everyone was saying in the Carabao Cup final, "Oh, this is our best team." The one that finished it. That's a really good team. I think that should be our starting team. We said that at the beginning of February, and it's almost like someone's gone to the PR office has gone, "Well, Maurizio, mate, I mean, you know, I know a lot of Chelsea fans aren't very happy with you at the minute. You start that team, they can't moan. I check that out, have some of that." That's what it feels like. And it's like he's got through too late. I mean, look, like I said, I am not sorry out. I want to see this whole thing progress. If it works out next season, if there's progress, then fine.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence at the minute. I'm not going to say sorry in or sorry out. I'm not getting involved with that debate because I know there's been a lot of stuff going around at the minute. I am steering well clear of that because look, I don't know. I don't know what to think yet, but I'm leaning more towards a sorry outside because of the continuous lapses in tactical judgment and the press conferences. He's easy pickings to the English press. That's why he gets targeted more. So he said that. We'll have some of that. We'll have some of that.
It reminds me of Wenger. I know I say it all the time, but it does remind me.
It does. It reminds me of Wenger as well, and it's some really simple stuff. But look, I think this team for the best. Look, realistically, I don't think we'll win the Europa League. I'm saying this outright.
I'm gonna wait until the final. See who we get in the final.
If we get the final.
I think we will.
I think it's a realistic option. I think a lot of people think that, but to be honest, I can't see us getting past Napoli. I really can't.
To be fair, if we get to a final, Europa League final, and if we somehow finish in the top four, which we're still in there, and with the results that are going, like, at the minute, I think we've got a chance. We've got more of a chance than they gave us, to be honest, a couple of weeks ago. I think it's possible, but I think if we get to the final of the Europa League and we get to top four, that's a decent season. I think that's more than we were expecting.
It is, but I mean, at the same time, I just feel that I'm trying to look at it realistic. I agree with everything you said. I think, if we get top four, Europa League final, and we win it, I'd sit there, and we don't have a transfer ban. I would, if I was on the Chelsea board, I'd sit there and go, right.
Even if we had a transfer ban, I'd still keep him. However, I would make it clear he has to start embedding youth. If I was part of the board, I'd make that clear.
Oh yeah, no, I think he has been starting to.
No, he hasn't.
Well,
he's done it out of he's done it out of necessity.
Yeah.
Not out of choice.
Well, maybe that's what the Chelsea board are pushing with.
Because that was one of the same problems he had at Napoli.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing for us is at the same time. Youth players have been training with the Chelsea squad.
Yeah, and there's reports that some players like Reece James, and then someone else I think are being lined up to be part of the main first team squad.
I think they should be. If I was looking at it right now, Reece James, I think he's done a stellar job in the Championship. I think he's been absolutely superb.
Only Wigan player to get in Team of the Year.
Yeah, but it's the Championship. I'm not saying the Championship's a bad league, but you make this point continuously about Pukki. He scored, 25 goals in the league this season?
I think it's 26 all season.
Okay, so he's done that. He'll come to the Prem. He might not do it.
No, but
Danny Ings, another
it's more the fact I've seen what he's done in other leagues that are supposedly not as physical as the Premier League, and he still hasn't done it. So
yeah, but I mean the Championship probably more physical than the Prem. To be honest.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking like the Scottish Premier League and the Bundesliga.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, there's a lot. I think he can make the step up, but I think he needs one more season. I think the same goes for Mason Mount. And to be honest, I think the biggest things if we do get this transfer ban, Chelsea board need to be very open and literally sit there and go, guys, I don't think we're going to get top four. I don't think this is going to happen. So we just need to ride this out and start embedding. And then once you had, if we get the transfer ban, you get this embedded youth in these players that understand the club. Lo and behold, you sign some players. You might have the right balance. And you've seen it at Liverpool. I think Man City, despite having, few players which are, from the youth academy, obviously Phil Foden being the only one, they've got players that have been there for a long time and understand it.
It's not even that. I mean, take the youth academy aspect. Just look at players who are young in their squad. You've got Sane, you've got Jesus, you've got Foden, you've got Laporte, who's young for a centre-back. He's arguably the best centre-back, probably second best centre-back in the Premier League. You've got Mendy's pretty young. I know he's only just coming back, but he's pretty young. Zinchenko's young, and he's looked decent this season. Even though they haven't got players from the youth academy, they've got young players in their squad.
Yeah.
That will be there for many years. Like, look at the person they're most linked with in terms of the summer is Saul, 23 years old, I think it is.
Yeah.
As a direct replacement for Fernandinho, who's 34. So...
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. And I think it could be a blessing in disguise. I really do. But I think it's a kind of a case of we have to be patient. And I think for me with Sarri, I'd say exactly what you're saying. So embed him in. I'd then look at January, or I'd see where we are around there, and I'd go, there's no improvement, one, and there's nothing going, I go, look, all right, okay, this isn't working. That is when I'd turn around to, even though it's basically signing their own death warrant, but I think they could at the same time still turn stuff around because of who they are. That's when I'd turn around to Frank Lampard and Jody Morris and say, right, lads, you understand these youth players, you know what works, you've worked with them for years and years. All Jody Morris has, like, off you go, do what you need to do. And I think you get the best out of the squad. And then on top of that, I think at the same time, there needs to be a director of football.
Oh, we've been saying this for ages.
We have been. It's nothing new. Everything we're saying here, there is nothing new. But it's a case of there does need to be a restructure, and this is it. If we get this transfer ban, this is the restructure.
Yeah.
This is when you go, shit, we've done something wrong here. Let's figure this out and let's change it up. This is the perfect time. But the thing is, there has to be some transparency. You have to have that. FSG had that transparency with Liverpool fans. City have had that transparency with City fans. United had that transparency because they have to, because of AGMs, with Manchester United fans. And even if they're not part of the AGMs, the transparency is there because the message is so clear and you're not having to read in between lines. When people go, Sora's brought in to develop a philosophy, you're there going, okay,
How long
what's the plan? 3-year deal, okay.
Are there any expectations on him?
Yeah.
What are the plans going forward in terms of bringing players in? Yeah, there's nothing. There's literally, he's brought in to bring a philosophy. We don't know what that philosophy is. We don't know anything. Like now we've seen it. We understand it.
We haven't seen it though. This is the thing.
Well, I mean it in terms of we know what style of football he wants to play, and we have got other examples of it in the Premier League. Like City, you've got an example. It's basically the same football, just dumbed down.
Yeah.
You've got other examples in terms of if you go back, just look at any Pep Guardiola team of the past.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing for me is it's kind of a case of though they've basically gone. I think he hasn't helped himself because when he signed, he was making it out that Marcos Alonso was amazing. Or the squad, he literally he went through every single player and literally did a detailed analysis of them, and then he's actually got in there and gone, shit. This
in fairness to him, what I will give to him on that point is he was given, and this is the board title, he was given such a terrible period of pre-season.
Yeah,
he got nothing in pre-season. That's an oversight that I can't put into words how bad that is. How can you give a new manager, like, what was it?
4 days.
Oh, it wasn't.
Recently.
It was 4 days, but it was like the actual period when he was able to talk to the players was like a few weeks, like
with the players that were there, he had 4 days with the full squad.
Talk about shooting yourself in the foot.
I think to be honest, I think if they do back him, then you kind of have to.
Next season, at least for the most part, there should be from fans no expectation. I know that you could say that about this season, but even with Chelsea Football Club, there's a expectation with anything. But next season, we just need to, as a fan base, just go, whatever happens, happens. Because we will probably, by the end of the transfer window, if you look at teams rebuilding, have the definitive, and with players leaving, definitive 6th worst squad in terms of the top 6. We've got probably no hope of getting top 4, Europa League again. We just got to go in with a clear mind, no expectations.
We'd get absolutely smacked up in the Champions League.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We'd get absolutely battered. I think it's a case of we really have to consider options. I'm not going to say there's no expectations. I think there has been an expectation. I think, as bad as it sounds, keeping top 6 status.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But no expectations in terms of we shouldn't expect to win anything.
No.
Like, we shouldn't expect to win any silverware. We shouldn't expect to set the world on fire.
My expectation would be to see an improvement on what the final tally is this season. I mean, Terry made this point with Mourinho at Man United. He stopped backing Mourinho when the results left, but that's because you've compared it to the same stuff that was happening the season before, and it was quite evident that there was a discord between the level of results which were positive in the previous season versus the negative level of results in the second season.
That will depend on, for me, it depends on how the squad changes. Because if the squad stays the same, fair enough. If the squad changes quite drastically, I'm not, for the worse, I'm not going to. Like, if Hazard leaves,
yeah,
you can expect us to get more points this season without our best player? No. If say for example we keep Higuain and Giroud as our 2 forward players, do you think we're going to get any better than this season? No. Probably not. That's what I'm talking about. If there's no change, if we bring players in and they improve the squad, then yes, fair enough. I'm expecting a change. But if we lose our best players, there's no change in the squad in terms of it will be the same players playing. Then I'm like, I've got no expectations.
I mean, the biggest thing for me is I think that God, it sounds. I think if Hazard does leave, I think I've been making this point for the past few months. In fact, the past couple of years, I've already said it. You know, I've sat there and gone, I think I've been prepared for Eden Hazard to leave since the end of the 2014 season. I've been sat there going, right, okay, this guy's really good. He's going to leave Chelsea. That is as simple as that. Yeah. So I'm kind of looking at it and I'm going, okay, if Hazard leaves, it's a step back, but we could make 2 steps forward if we can buy the right players. Lo and behold, right now, we can't buy the right players. My biggest worry is if we do sell Eden Hazard this summer, right, we'll sell him, and the £200 million that we say, for example,
I think it's 100 million we want.
Yeah, 100 million, which is ridiculous. It should be like at least 125, maybe 130. I think that, we will take that, and where we would have a transfer budget, we could go, right, there's 100 million of that 130. Take that and use that to reinvest in players. Problem is we don't have that. So I'm worried about where that cash flow is going to go. Are they going to put it aside and say, we'll come back to that next year when the transfer ban's out, or are we just going to be sitting in this awkward catch-22? But, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But we've gone off topic here. Massively. But, I mean, in terms of the game itself, we'll get on to the predicted lineup, I think. So we'll go straight into that. Quite simple. Back 4 for me.
Back 5.
Back 5, including the keeper. Kepa, Emerson, Luiz, Rudiger, and Dave. That's my back 4, 5. Midfield is Jorginho at the base, Kante, Loftus-Cheek, Hazard, Hudson-Odoi, Giroud. That's my team. That is the team that needs to start every single game going into the next few weeks.
That's the team I'd expect to start. I would want to start every game, if you see what I mean. But yeah. I'm going to say the same team, only with Willian instead of Hudson-Odoi. And probably actually Higuain up top. Actually, no, I might play Giroud. I'm positive. I'm going to say Giroud. I'm going to say, basically, exactly what you said. Exactly the same team that played against Brighton. The only one change is I see Willian starting instead of Hudson-Odoi. It's the only change I see.
But this is what annoys me.
Because then I can see Hudson-Odoi playing against Prague.
It's fucking waste. There's a reason that Callum Hudson-Odoi had 3 players marking him against Brighton. There's a reason you don't have that when Willian plays. You only have 1 or 2. This is the tactical ineptability which I bang on about, which everyone bangs on about, which is why, for example, when people sit there and can back Sarri, fine. I want to see him do well, but he doesn't help himself for people like yourself, like Nico, who look at it and go, yeah, you're not helping yourself here, mate. Hudson-Odoi is one of the best players on the pitch, and you've done that. Oh, but he needs to get better in the defensive phase. Oh, but he needs to rest. Yeah, rest him against Prague.
That defensive phase stuff pisses me off.
He is the whole thing with Chelsea fans is the thing that doesn't keep us from going, Jesus Christ, we're losing Eden Hazard, is the fact that Loftus-Cheek, including that, Loftus-Cheek and Hudson-Odoi are there. Because there's a bit of hope that these players are going to come through and really, take Chelsea by the horns and drive us forward. But the problem is, Hudson-Odoi doesn't want to sign a new contract because he's not playing, despite being the best winger. He's looking at his team going, mate, what do I need to do to get in there? He got an assist against Brighton.
Nearly scored as well.
And he nearly scored twice. He offers a threat. And right now, this is the biggest thing that we have. That's our asset. We need to be causing threat in the final third. I don't care about the defensive third at the minute, because to be honest, he's not quite going forward, but going backwards and just defending. Azpilicueta's still got it.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's just like if you look at some of the top wingers in the league, who can you genuinely say is good defensively?
It really depends.
Rashford, but he's more a striker.
Shaqiri, I guess, just because his physical presence.
But he doesn't start for Liverpool.
Exactly.
There's no winger. Fair enough, he might need to prove a little bit, but that shouldn't be a reason that he doesn't start. That's my main thing with it.
I'll tell you the biggest thing. He's not going to improve if he's not playing, is he?
that's not my biggest thing. It's the fact that
But-
I know there is a reason why we don't bring him up for it, but as a point, Eden Hazard has the defensive ability of a piece of paper, but we don't bring him up on it because it's Eden Hazard.
Yeah, I think there is that, but I think at the same time, it's a case of, Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think the argument against what we're all saying is the fact that he's only 18 years old and he wants to nurture him properly, which is fair enough. But
That's fair enough. If he didn't have 12 months left on his contract and wanted to leave, that's a big point.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't want to have him hold us to ransom because that is bollocks. But I don't think he is holding us to ransom. He's training. He's doing what he needs to do. But he just wants to. He's a kid. He wants to play football. Can you blame him?
If he was holding us to ransom, he'd have accepted the contract offer we gave him because we offered 4 times what his wages were or something.
I feel like 100k a week.
Yeah, I think it was minimum 80k, or it was something between 80k and 100k a week. It's that's up there with most of our main players.
Yeah,
and he hadn't played anything at that point, or he barely played at that point.
Yeah, it's one of those. But I mean, I don't know. But I mean, so you're going with Willian on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Cool. All right then. Well, let's round it off now quickly. It's a shorter one than normal, but give me a score prediction.
2-0.
I'm going to go 2-1 to us. I think we've got to win. It's quite simple. Arsenal, post recording, have lost that. They'll have a game in hand.
It's against Wolves. Away.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
Tottenham's the one I worry about. Tottenham's the one I worry about until they play City, but we'll still play Liverpool.
But look, I think the biggest thing here is we can laugh at Arsenal we want, but realistically we have to focus on what we've got in front of us. If we win, yes, we go above them. We go to third. That's fantastic. But we need to remember they'll both have a game in hand on us, as in Arsenal and Spurs. But then also remember that it's just important to get those points to the ball. That's what the priority is right now. And against a team like West Ham, they're playing well. They're in the top half of the table. They're fully capable of beating us. But we need to come out and play our best against them. We have to. We don't have a choice. It's as simple as that. But I mean, look. Anyway, I think we'll round it off there. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, listen, guys, make sure to subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All social media links are down on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. Obviously, mine and Scott's socials will be down there as well.
Follow me.
Also,
I'm close to 100 followers. Please follow me.
Yeah, I want to get Scott to try and get Scott to a K at some point. I think we can get you at
Start of the season, next season.
Start next season. Needs to get to a K followers on Twitter. So let's try and get that sorted. Obviously, also because we are throwing it down your throat currently. We have been nominated for a football blogging award for the best club content. Lawrence has been nominated for the best international content, and Jan has been nominated for the best women's content. So, as with Chelsea fan, also Chelsea Echo in the best new content. And
Chelsea Fancast, the best podcast.
Chelsea Fancast, best. Yeah, but it's looking good. Chelsea are dominating this year. So, obviously, guys, make sure you go and vote for all those guys in their respective categories at the FBAs. There'll be links to them all down in the description as well. You can do that via Twitter. You can do that via Instagram by literally going to the post to which they are and tagging their at.
To be honest, the easiest way would probably go to the website because you can vote all at the same time for every.
But do it on Twitter and do it on
both
Instagram as well. With 3 votes, it would help. We kind of want to win it this year. I think, to be honest, this year
got a good chance.
We've got a good chance. It'd be nice. It would be nice. It's been a nice. I had a 3-year plan last year from when I took over from Eunice, and the plan was to win an FBA by our 3rd season.
Was that this year? And
that was my second. That was our 2nd season.
Nice.
And we got nominated. And this is the 3rd season. So if we do it, I've done my plan, and let's move on to phase 2 and sorting out all the other stuff as well, which is in the works anyway. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll be seeing that I am doing a lot at the minute in terms of that. But listen, guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all your social media platforms. This will soon as well. This part of phase 2 is getting this available as a podcast. So you'll have all of this for you to look at as well. But listen, guys, thank you for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. Ta-ra.